Welcome back to my channel where creativity has no limits. I am Anil Ferrao aka Mr. Ferrao and you are watching Artisticity. So few weeks ago on Instagram I had made a poll asking you guys whether you want to know how to make a 3D Pokeball in Blender. And this was the result for the poll. And finally the wait is over. I will show you guys how to make a 3D Pokeball in Blender. So this tutorial took me quite a bit of time to upload because this tutorial will be in 4 parts. That is, in part 1 I'm gonna show you guys how to create a 3D Pokeball in Blender. In part 2 is the environment creation. Part 3 will be the animation where the Pokemon is trying to come out of the Pokeball, and part 4 will be creating the sound effects. And a big shout out to Turman Art and Michelle Fernandez for subscribing to my channel. You guys are awesome. Subscribe to my channel to win lucky random shout out and also for more amazing creative videos and tutorials. If you guys want to download the 3D blend file of this project, then you can download it from my Patreon. Link to my Patreon will be in the description. So let's create a Pokeball. So we are in Blender. Go ahead and delete the cube, pressing X, delete the light, X, delete. Let me just turn on the screencast keys so that you can see whatever I type or click or the hotkeys I press. So to make a Pokeball, we need a ball. So press Shift A to add a mesh and UV sphere. Click and you will get a ball. That is a UV sphere. And we need this circle over here at the side, so we are going to rotate this on the y-axis. So R to rotate and press Y to rotate only on the y-axis. Press 90 degrees, click to confirm, and these circles are on the x-axis perfectly centered. Next we will give it a modifier. Go in the modifier properties, add modifier and click on subdivision surface and give it only a level viewport of 1. Click on the down arrow and click on apply. And if you go into the edit mode by pressing tab, that subdivides it. A Pokeball has a black strip right across it. So what we are going to do is we will press tab to go in the object mode. We will add a plane, so Shift A, add a mesh and add a plane. Rotate this in y-axis as well, so R to rotate on y-axis, press Y and 90 and click to confirm. Click on the move tool and move this in front of the ball. And in the top right corner over here, click on the X to go in the front orthographic view. Selecting the plane, scale it on the Z-axis, that is S to scale, and press G to scale it on the Z-axis only. Click to confirm, scale the plane on the Y-axis as well, click to confirm, and this will be the black strip that will be on the Pokeball. So next you have to click on the Pokeball, go to the edit mode by pressing tab, Alt A to deselect everything, Control and click on the plane to select the plane, go to the front orthographic view, click on mesh and click on knife project, and here in the knife project menu check in cut through, and what it will do is it will cut a strip right across the ball, which is what we need for the Pokeball. So press tab to go out of the edit mode. So next click on the plane and X to delete the plane, we don't need it anymore. Pokeball. So click on the ball and go to the edit mode by pressing tab, and this is what you will see. Next what you guys have to do is press C to get in the circle select and select, okay, right click to deselect the circle select, press 3 to get in the face select, that is the vertex select, edge select. In the face select, you can just click or press 1, 2, 3 to get in the face select, and then press C to get in the circle select option, and then you can select all the faces, the circular faces of the Pokeball front circle. Right click to select. Make sure you have selected each and every face of that. So next we need to extrude this inside. So how do we do that? Press E to extrude and S to scale, and scale this inside just right about there, not too much. Click to confirm, and if we go in the object view, this is what we get. Right click, shade smooth, and there are some geometry issues. We can fix them by going over here, data, object data properties, click on it, go to the normals and auto smooth, and that will instantly fix the problem. So here I feel the edges are too sharp, so let us give it a bevel modifier. So go into the modifier properties, add modifier and add bevel. That will give it a bevel. Increase the segments to about 5 is good, and you can also give in some subdivision surface right there, so there is a slight bevel to it, and that's what we want. So next, go into the edit mode by pressing tab alt A to deselect everything, and now we need to make the front button of the Pokeball. So to do that, get in the circle select by pressing C and select all the circular faces. Make sure you have selected all the faces. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is extrude this. So E to extrude, click to confirm, and then E to extrude and S to scale. Click to confirm, and then E to extrude again. Click to confirm. So if we go to the left orthographic view, this button has a slight bulge. So what we'll do is we'll delete the faces, so X and delete faces, that will get a hole, and then select the edge select, click on the edge select, press Alt on the keyboard and select the edge, and that will select the whole edge of the button. E to extrude and S to scale, and that will scale in the middle of the button. Click to confirm and repeat the same process. E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, S to scale, and F to fill the button. And when that is done, if you go to the left orthographic view, this button is flat. So that is how you make a Pokeball. Press tab to go out of the edit mode, and now we will give it materials. So if you hover over the right corner over here of this window, plus sign will appear, and click and drag it to the left, and you have a new window. If you click on the middle mouse and drag this on the left, you can click on the render preview, and you currently cannot see anything because there is no light. I will disable the show overlays, and now is the best time to save everything. So Ctrl S to save, and we will save this as Pokeball tutorial, save as blend file. Don't forget to save because you don't know when Blender will crash. So Ctrl S to save. So next we will give an HDRI to this for the lighting. So click on the editor type and click on shader editor. Drag this to the right. From object, change to the world. Shift A and click on search. Type in ENV and click on environment texture. Connect the color to the color and this will turn purple because there is no HDRI. So you need to open and navigate to wherever you have saved your HDRIs. And I will give this HDRI because it looks like an indoor stadium, Pokeball stadium. You have seen the cartoons. So open image. So here you can see the scene is lit by the HDRI. So go to the edits and then preferences, and in the add-ons search here NOTE, Node Wrangler. So you need to enable Node Wrangler add-on. What that does is if you click on the HDRI, you can just type Ctrl T and this will add in two nodes, that is texture coordinate node and a mapping node. And with this you can change the direction of the lighting as you prefer. Ctrl S to save. Next we need to give materials to the Pokeball. So for that, from the world change to object. Click on the Pokeball and currently there is no material. So in the material properties, click on it. You can click on new over here or new right over here. So click on new and this will give it a material which is a principal BSDF material. So currently this is white, so we'll name this by double clicking white material, and I will make this white material metallic because Pokeballs are metallic. Decrease the roughness a little bit, specular, sheen tint, metallic, not too much, just a little bit because you need that white essence to it. If we go full metallic, this will turn into a grayish metallic ball. So you need that white chrome look, so not too much of metallic. That is cool. Ctrl S to save. But the top of the ball is in red color, so we need to change it into red material. So go into the editor type and click on 3D viewport, and in here press tab to go into the edit mode. Click on the Z to go to the top orthographic mode and press 3 for the face select. Get in the circle select again by pressing C. Click to select the 4 faces. Right click to get out of the circle select. If you go to the select menu, click on it, go to the select more or less and click on more. Oops, this has also been selected, so make sure everything is deselected by pressing Alt A. Go to the top, C to circle select, click, right click and then press Ctrl and numpad plus for the same action, which is selecting more, but I'm using a laptop and I don't have a numpad on my keyboard. So you can go to the select, go to the select more or less, and if you right click over here, you can change the shortcut. So I changed my shortcut by pressing Ctrl and right arrow. So my new shortcut is Ctrl and right arrow instead of Ctrl and numpad plus. So click to confirm and then you can Ctrl and right click to select. Keep on selecting and you need to select till the edge over here. Press C to get in the circle select, and by clicking on your middle mouse button you can deselect the faces. So right click, shift circle select and middle mouse to deselect the faces. Deselect the faces where you don't want the red. Oops, select the faces, right click, circle select, middle mouse to deselect. So we have successfully selected the area where you want the red material to be. So in the material properties, add a new material by clicking on the plus sign and click on new, and this will add a new material. Double click and type in red and enter. If you preview this material is white currently, so the base color, click on the base color and give it a red color. So as you can see, there's a red color here, and you need to assign this material over here. So when the faces are selected, click on assign, and here you can see you have assigned a red material to the Pokeball. So as you guys can see, this is a new material and it is non-metallic. So what you guys can do is click on the white material which is metallic, click on the arrow down arrow over here, material specials, click on it, copy material, click on the red, and you can paste the material, and this will turn white. But you can go to the base color and change this to red, and it will have the metallic properties as well. Or else you will have to go to the shader editor and tweak this all by yourself. And now for the middle black material, we are going to do the same steps. Alt A to deselect everything, C to get in the circle select, and select wherever you want the black material to be. Remember to select all the faces where you want the black material to be. So I have selected all the faces where the black material will be. So in the material properties, click on the plus to add a new material, click on new, double click to change the name, type in black, and we will give this material a black color. It's black, as you can see in the preview over here. And when the faces are selected, click on assign, and here you can see wherever the faces are not selected, so you can go back, click on C, select the face and click on assign again, C, click assign, 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 and we have a brand new Pokeball just like that. Beautiful. But this looks very plain and not interesting, so for the materials I would like to give some distortions. So go to the editor type and change to shader editor. Now for the red material, click on the red material over here in the material properties, and we will give it a texture for the roughness of the red material. So for that, press Shift A, search, and noise texture, connect the color to the roughness. To make it more prominent, you need to add a color ramp. So Shift A, color ramp, click to add the color ramp. And if you press Ctrl and Shift and click on the node, you can view the node. So if I drag the black and the white, the texture will be more prominent. You can increase the scale, detail, and the roughness. So basically, white is the rough part and the black is the shiny part. Control Shift and click on the BSDF, and this is what I was telling you guys. So this looks like the Pokeball has thrown many times, and with collision it has lost its shininess in some parts. You can increase and decrease the roughness by your preference. You can play with the color ramp as how you like it. I like it that, so Control S to save. And we will give the same roughness texture to the white material. So by clicking on the red material, go to the down arrow, copy material, click on the white material, go to the down arrow and paste material, and this will also turn it into red. But on the base color, click on the base color and decrease the saturation, increase the value, and we have the same texture for the white material. Control S to save. So the black material over here looks very plain and boring. So I had downloaded a sci-fi material. So go to the black material over here, and if you go to wherever you had, and from a separate window, go to wherever you have your texture, that is the sci-fi material. I have downloaded this Gribble Techno. So I had downloaded the base color, the normal map, and the roughness of this material. So click and drag inside. So that is the base color, yet in the normal and also the roughness. So if we connect the color of the base color to the base color, so that is the sci-fi material. We don't need the color of this, so we'll X and delete the base color. But for the roughness, connect the color to the roughness of the material, and you can see the material roughness over here. To make it more prominent, add a color ramp, that is Shift A, click COL, color ramp, and click in the middle. And if you just drag the black or the white slider, that will be more visible. So that is cool. Control S to save. And this is a normal map, so what that will do is that will give a bump to our material, which acts as a fake displacement. So press Shift A and search, type in bump, B-U-M-P, click on bump, click, connect the normal to the normal, and connect the color to the height of the bump. And as you can see, there is bump in the texture of the material. We will decrease the strength a little bit. That is fine. Control S to save. That looks cool and tacky. So you have your Node Wrangler add-on enabled. Click on the node and press Ctrl T for the texture coordinate and the mapping node, and connect the vector over here as well to the vector. And now another cool trick I have is we will give it some lights to this material, which in turn will look more sci-fi. How do we do that is take the color ramp, Shift D to duplicate, click, connect the color to the vector and the color over here to the emission, and that will make the whole material an emission material because there is more of white. So we need to drag this white material and the black. If we view this by pressing Ctrl Shift and click, so the white is where light will emit. So I want to change the color to something tacky, greenish, turquoise. blue, like that. Control S to save. And I need to make this more sharper, so linear to constant. And you guys need to play with the slider. Control Shift and click on the principal BSDF, and there will be some light emitted on the texture, and that looks very cool. Control S to save. And this is how you make your own Pokeball in Blender.
So I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you did, then do like, subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss any updates from Artisticity. Stay tuned for part 2 where you guys will learn how to create a simple 3D environment for the Pokeball. Also check out the description area for any interesting links. You guys can support my channel by supporting me on Patreon. In return, you will get many cool digital prints and my personal 3D projects. Link to my Patreon is in the description. This is all for today. See you guys in part 2. Until then, stay creative.